Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jillian, and today I'm just taking you through a day in my life where I wound up doing a lot of cooking actually, and I also made bread this day. The bread making portion of this video was kind of a fail, but I've perfected my recipes, so I'll update you. I'm doing much better now. Okay, so to get started, I'm actually making mat breakfast here. So these are just some leftover breakfast potatoes, and then what I wound up having for breakfast this day was a green smoothie. Matt's also having a piece of toast because there was like only a couple breakfast potatoes left, so I'm gonna make him that as well. This was before our grocery stores ran out of bread, so I actually had some whole wheat bread here, but yeah, I've been making my own bread ever since this. I've been trying to get up every day, and after I make breakfast and stuff, just go into our room and open up the blinds and make our bed. I feel like it just really gets my day started off right when I open the blinds and get some light going into our bedroom. And then it's also really nice to just have a made bed. It kind of discourages you from getting back into bed, so that's a little tip for you if you're at home and you're struggling with doing anything. I mean, I don't really think that you have to be the most productive person right now, but if you want to be a little bit more productive, if you're feeling the urge to be a little bit more productive, make your bed, and then it's a lot harder to get back in it. As per usual, I have a million loads of laundry to fold, so here's some little laundry motivation for you of me folding one of the loads that I had to do today. I had just filled my diffuser, so I'm just showing you the oils that I used. So I have tangerine, purification, lavender, thieves, and lemon in my diffuser this day. Okay, so I was getting started on my bread making here. So I was actually just Googling tips on how to make better bread. I'm using my nanny's bread recipe, but her recipe is really vague, so I was just looking up some tips and how to make it a little bit better. So yeah, just pulling up my family cookbook as well and finding her bread recipe. So when you're making bread, I definitely recommend making a plan. You'll see me in a second here. I'm just kind of writing out what my plan is for the bread. I also had to cut down this recipe because this recipe was for 4 loaves. So just do all that ahead of time, get yourself all prepared for making your bread, and the chances of it turning out better are a lot higher if you kind of have a plan going into it. So I definitely didn't want this portion of the video to be way too long, so here's a really sped up clip of me just putting my dough together. Okay, so here's the dough after it had risen for, I think it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours, until it doubled anyway. And then I'm just taking it out, punching it down, and forming it into a bread loaf. Okay, so after you formed it into a loaf, you're gonna let it rise again. And this is where I messed up. So I'd let this loaf rise for way too long, and it like way more than doubled, and then it actually deflated on itself. So I cooked it anyway because it was still good. But yeah, don't do that. Just let it rise up until it's like puffy and nice, but don't let it get too risen. Okay, raw meat warning. I'm cooking ribs for dinner, so I'm going to show you how I'm prepping those. So the first thing that I did, I took out my ribs, and then I actually removed like I don't remember what it's called. It's like the membrane on the back or something. I didn't show you that because it's kind of gross, but that is the first thing that I do when I'm making ribs. Okay, so here I'm putting together the dry rub that I'm going to put on my ribs, and I'll put all of the ingredients that I used for my dry rub in the description box below. But I rub that all over my ribs, and then I let that sit for a couple hours before I'm ready to cook them. Here's my loaf of bread that puffed up and then deflated. You can see me looking at it with disappointment. I'm like, oh god, I messed up. But like I said, I cooked it anyway, and it still tasted good. Now I'm just tidying up my living room a little bit. This clip kind of made me laugh because my outfit this day, I literally look like a grandmother. Like I'm wearing this jumpsuit and this cardigan, and I was really feeling the homey vibes, but looking back on it, I'm kind of laughing at myself because, yeah, I look like a grandmother. I look like a grandmother half the time. Just, that's my life. And flipping the laundry over all day, every day. Always doing laundry. I started rewatching Grey's Anatomy from season 1. If you're a Grey's fan, comment down below and let me know. I feel like the older seasons are so much better than the new seasons. Let me know if you agree. So I'm taking out my ribs after they've been sitting with the dry rub on them for a few hours. And then I'm gonna grab some tin foil, lay that out. So you wanna really tightly wrap your ribs when you're baking them for a long time to kind of steam them with a little bit of liquid. So you'll also see me getting that liquid ready. It kind of changes depending on what I have in my fridge, but you could do like apple juice, you could do white wine, anything with some acidity in it. And then I like to add garlic, Worcester sauce, stuff like that. So my foolproof rib baking method is 225 degrees Fahrenheit for your oven, and I bake them for 2.5 hours, and then I take them out, put barbecue sauce on them, and then cook them at a higher temperature, probably like 400 for another 30 minutes, just to kind of crisp them up. Here's a clip of the finished ribs, and then we also just had that with some scalloped potatoes. So we're dipping the ribs here in a mixture of the drippings and some extra barbecue sauce, and then I just boil that down and reduce it on my stove, and it's so good to dip your ribs in. Here's a little clip from the next morning where I turned that bread that I made the night before into French toast. Also very delicious. And that's all I have for the video today. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate having you here. And if you're already a subscriber of my channel, thank you so much. I appreciate your support, and have a fantastic day.